Can you hear me out there? Mic level's good. Nobody's out there. Talking to myself. Welcome. This is late night bumps, late night beats. It's my first time streaming, so take it easy. We're gonna make something with Koala. So if you're watching a replay, whenever you're watching, Koala just came out with an update and they added Auv3 functionality, which means you can have multiple Koala instances in AUM, and that's pretty legit. So we're gonna play with that. This is something I made the other day. So we're gonna dump this and start over. So let's start something new. All right, so let's just open up a few instances of Koala. I've been using it as a standalone for a while, and it's pretty dope, but it has some limitations that I think adding this functionality is gonna help out a lot. I'm just gonna add like at least like 3 of them. What I want to do is bust out my drums at least, and my sample separate. That way I can put effects on my sample that are separate from my drum bus, filters, stuff like that. I was thinking today, I might even like separate my kick and snare into separate channels too. But I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure how this is gonna react as far as like memory usage, if I'm gonna run into problems if I start getting too crazy. All right, we're gonna sequence this with Atom also, instead of using the built-in sequencer in Koala. I like the built-in sequencer in Koala, but Atom's way easier to deal with. And I mean, since we're using Auv3 now, it's might as well. Why not? All right. So let's find a sample real quick. Cymatics just dropped a new beta pack for Zodiac. So let's find something in here. I'm gonna grab this one. I'm gonna take the keys from this. They have the stems in here too, so let's go find the stems for this one. I want these keys. Yeah. All right, so one of the issues I ran into with running Koala like this is when you import a sample, it takes you to your file browser, which is not ideal because you can't play back the file when you're loading it. So you have to go and try to find it and play it a different way, and you have to know what you want basically when you load the file. So that's been kind of a pain. Why is it doing this? That's been kind of a pain, but that's why I have Audio Share opened up in a slide over, so I can go and find the file I want and then go in and load it up. So let's see, it was this one. I can't read that. And it was this piano. So let's load that up. That's not where I want it, so I'm gonna move this to a different pad. So I personally always like to load stuff in like the last bank, and then chop it up. And when it gets chopped up, it loads it into the first bank. That's just how I like to do it. So let's edit this. I think I might only need this first part. I think it just repeats after that. Yeah. Let's see what this last hit is. Hey baby, I see you in the stream. Welcome. All right, so we're gonna auto chop. I'm gonna go off transients and see if I can get what I want that way, and then just kind of adjust the chops manually. So that looks right. Yeah, that looks perfect. So I'm gonna put these in a choke group. I always leave. So normally I always do drums, everything in one instance. So I always put my sample in like 5 or 6 choke group. But since I'm going to be splitting everything up, I'm just going to put it in choke group 1. And I want it to be one shots. I don't know why it was off one shot. I don't know if that's like a preference thing and the preference is a reset since it's a AUV3 now. But I don't know. We'll see. Another thing I'm curious is if you're able to load your, if I'm able, I guess you are. So I could potentially build something in the standalone and then load it up and just delete all the pads that I don't want in that AUV3 instance. So all right, so I think I got something. I'm gonna put this, it's at 100. I'm gonna slow this down. Let's try 85. Let's try 85 for now. The sample's at like 90, I think it was at like 95 or something, but in the way we're chopping it, that doesn't really matter. So let's, I think this is already mapped. So I'm gonna go in and try to sequence this in Atom. See if we can get something. I don't know exactly how these are mapped. I know the bottom, your bottom left is like a C3. So let me put this in. Another thing I noticed, if you go through and start hitting keys and you hit a pad that's empty, it'll bring it up as, it'll bring up the menu to select a sample. So I don't want it to do that. So I'm gonna switch to sequence mode because that kind of locks you out of that happening. But that is dope. If you have like a drum pad or something and you map it, you can go through and basically do a lot of the stuff without having to touch the screen. But let me find this pad. See, I don't know where this pad is on the keys. Oh, it goes backwards. Okay. So basically C3 is the bottom left, and then you go down from there. So this is G. Okay, so C2 is that first one. So I'm gonna go in and just try to put in a quick little pattern. I got 16. Where's single time? So I try to just play this in because trying to mess around with this piano roll. I think this whole thing needs to move over. That part's that's annoying. I wish it would automatically switch between selecting and drawing in notes, but it doesn't do that. Okay, that's closer to what I'm going for. This whole thing needs to come over. All right, let's see. See, that's annoying. This whole thing is off. We're getting there. We're getting there. click there too. God, this is so... I need drums. This is, I can hear it in my head, but I can't get the timing right on this piano roll. So let's hit these drums real quick. Let's open up this other instance. Let's find some drums. I'm gonna put the drums together for now, but I think I'm still gonna go in and separate them out later. So let's go grab some drums. Yeah, I'm gonna do this kit. All right, so I'm gonna do this kit from the from Marco Polo. So let's go. I'm just gonna load these manually because I'm not gonna, since I'm not gonna chop them up, I'm just gonna put them where I want them. So let's see, Marco Polo. This one has like a ghost kick. So I think kick one is the fat kick. Let me I don't want to do this. Normally if I'm gonna play it, I put the pads right on top of each other. Since I'm not playing it, I kind of want them closer to each other on the piano roll, so it's easier for me to like see what I'm doing. So I think I might do it a little bit different than I normally do it. So I think I'm just gonna copy this pad. Actually, no, scratch that. So I'm just gonna put my second kick right on top of it. Okay. All right, let's just load up a snare. Where's our snare? Crash. These are all kind of like placeholders because I can go back in and change these, you know, once I get my idea started. Count hat 85. All right, now I want to make sure these are all on the same. Oh, that's new. So that wasn't there before. This channel, I think this is your MIDI channels. So I don't remember seeing that before in the options. That's new. So I want to put my kicks in the same choke group. I'm going to put my hi-hats in the same choke group. And I want to put my snare. So I'm going to do like 1, 2, 3. So kicks. and I'll go back in sequence mode so I don't accidentally get into that menu where you pick your sample again. I gotta hydrate real quick. Cheers, y'all. Okay. So this one should already be mapped to the second instance I have Atom. So let's go over into Atom and get a little quick drum loop going. Because if not, I'm gonna flail around here a little bit and not be able to make anything. Let me mute that one. Snare on 3. Just gonna do like a basic, just like it's a basic pattern. We're not doing anything crazy right now. I just need something to give me a little. What's happening? So I'll go in, actually, let me just lower the velocity on this guy real quick. Or I'm gonna vary a little bit. So in Atom, one of the good things about using Atom instead of the built-in sequencer in Koala is you can you can kind of vary your velocity and kind of like humanize a little bit. So I can go in and I can add like chaos, I can add like chance to the velocity and kind of control like the variance of the velocity a little bit. Instead of like manually doing it, I can go in and give it like a value and it'll automatically kind of vary. It'll automatically kind of vary the velocity up and down and kind of give it more of a normal feel, more of a humanistic feel. So that's cool. I'm not gonna bake this in right now. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay. One thing we need to see though, we need to make sure I look like well, levels aren't hitting too high, but let's see what they're hitting on here. So I want to go and see what this channel 3 is doing as far as my levels, and it's a little hot, so I'm just gonna gain stage a little bit real quick. This is my second kick, so I want this one to be not as loud. I want my ghost kick to be a little bit quieter than my primary kick, so I'm gonna go ahead and adjust that right now. And the snare is loud as that's pretty good for, that's decent for a hi-hat. And we're gonna adjust the hi-hat with velocity a little bit anyway, so that's good. Let's see it. All right, so let's go back into the Atom for the melody for the sample and see if I can do something now that I have a beat to go off of. So I'm just gonna hit launch again. sounds better, but there's still something off. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go in and adjust the chops a little bit and see if that's what's going on here. All right. So I know this one's not causing a problem right now, but see that little part of the next sample we're getting into? I didn't know for a long time that you could just pinch zoom in Koala and adjust your chops better, but you can. So do that. All right, so that sounds a lot better. I might have to actually stretch this a little bit so it doesn't sound, so it sounds a little bit better. So it's catching that tail, that beginning of the next chop a little bit. But I still want to actually see the beginning of this chop is a little bit off. And I think that's what's... Like transient's pretty... The auto chop for the transient's pretty good, but sometimes you still have to go in and kind of work it a little bit yourself. All right, I'm gonna try to stretch it. Hopefully it doesn't sound too crazy. All right, I think that one's good. Let's go in and work these other ones a little bit. So yeah, this one's same thing. The start point is not where I would put it. And the end point is catching a little bit of the next chop. So I'm gonna stretch this one too. Yeah, this one's like really short, so we gotta fix that. So let's zoom in, same thing. We're just gonna move these around. I'm like getting all out of the screen because I'm like leaning in. All right. So this one ends kind of abruptly. It kind of cuts off. So what I'm gonna do with this one is add a little bit of release. Just a tiny little bit of release, because I don't wanna, it's already short. It's already short chop. So I don't wanna mess it up too much, but let's stretch that. That sounds crazy. So that one, stretching it to a bar is kind of ridiculous. Okay, I think that sounds better. Yeah. All right, let's fix this. Let's fix this tail a little bit too, because it looks like it's doing the same thing. So yeah, let's just go in and massage all these chops. I need to like Stop getting out of frame here. This has got a little bit of a pop at the beginning. That's better. No, too much. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through and adjust all these chops a little bit. I am sweating. I turned down the AC earlier. And forgot to turn it back on. This one probably just needs to be start adjusted. Actually, it looks pretty good. Just have a little bit of a pop. Okay. Cool. I think we can work with that. All right, so let's go back into sequencer and see if we can get this pattern to look a little bit better than it looks. We got it. We got a good start, I think. So I'm gonna make this longer. I wish there was a way to double up the sequence. Because right now in Atom, basically I can add more bars, but I can't copy. Like, you know, in an MPC, you can go in and you can double what you already have and it'll just double up everything. So I'm gonna have to like copy this. And then when you copy it, it doesn't put it, like it only copies that and it's gonna put it right at the end of the last note. So you have to slide it over and put it in place. So let's just double this up to 4 bars, clone it, and then drag it to where it should be. And then let's find another pattern here. So I'm not, I don't know. I don't got anything too crazy to like change it up right now. So. Just like a little turnaround. I don't even know if I like that. Actually, I might like this. I might like this a little better. Okay. Yeah. Dope. Let's run with that. All right. So now that we have like a little simple thing going, we can go in and add some effects and make this, you know, we can affect our drums and our samples separately, which is one of the things that makes having Koala as an AUV3 kind of cool. So let's go in and like add some stuff. I want to add a transient on the drums. Let's go ahead and name these. So I'm just going to name this drums. I'm going to move this too because I like my, oh, not like that. So I want my drums to be on my first channel. That's going to be confusing with this atom, but that's all right. This is our sample. So go sample, or let's just name it what its keys. Cool. All right. So let's go into this transient. I like to use this punch on drums. I got it from Any Business. I didn't make it up. So drums are kind of slapping a little bit right now, so I think I'm gonna have to take that. I'm gonna have to take this down a little bit. So I'm gonna go in this output and take this down. So drums sound decent. We'll go with that for now. Let's make a master bus. So what I usually like to do is I like to in AUM you can send things out to like a mix bus. So I like to usually make a master bus and bust everything out so I can put effects that are gonna affect all the tracks at the same time. So let's make a track. Let's use M for master. So this is gonna be our master bus. Let's rename it. Let's rename it master. All right, now we're gonna send these, instead of the output going straight out the main out, we're gonna make it go out to the mix bus. M. So now if we want to put something on here, let's put this on M2, even though this doesn't have anything on it yet. So now if we want to put something on here to affect the whole track, we can. So let's do, what do we want to do? We can do some tape. We can do, let's do some fly tape. So if we wanted to put fly tape on here and we wanted to get like some stutter or something going on, we could, and it affects the whole track. right, so let's mess with this sample a little bit. It sounds pretty good, but I want to put a little bit of reverb on it. Some other stuff, just kind of like make it sound less clean. So first, let's do this channel strip, and let's cut the lows a little bit. Like, it doesn't sound like it's doing anything. All right, so that's pretty cool. Highs. I don't think it really has a lot going on there. So I kind of like that. Let's just cut the highs down a little bit. I don't really want to run the compressor really. In the gate, we don't need a gate for this, so just leave it at that. And let's put a little bit of this. I just noticed this plugin the other day. I use a free plugin like this on my desktop a lot. They give you that Juno chorus, and the same thing. It's free, and it gives you that Juno chorus. I don't really like it on this track, but it's cool. I like to use this a lot. It gives you like a, not really like a tremolo, but sort of like a tremolo-like feeling. Because you can take this, right now it's got like a pumping going on, but you can take your mix down, and I usually take it down to like 30%, and it just gives you a little bit of movement. Let's put some tape and some reverb on here. So I just want a little bit of, let's see. Let's mess with the saturation. Actually, let's go on this. I like to use the scrubbed clean and the nice recording because they're kind of subtle. I don't like some of the presets on here are kind of like aggressive, and they're a little bit more than, you know, a little bit more than I like. Let's get a little reverb. Let's do this one. That's a lot. Where's our mix at? All right, so let's add something else to this. Need something up in the higher octave. So another cool thing you can do like with this is you can use one shots. Before I didn't have like a good way to like pull in a one shot in AUM and like use it. I'm sure some other software does it, but I didn't know of anything. But here you can do it pretty easily. You can just load it up and go into keyboard mode and then use your MIDI controller or your MIDI sequencer and kind of sequence your one shot as like a one shot sample instrument. So let me go, let's go find a one shot to use. Does this have something in it? Got a flute, but it's not in. So some of these one shots are not in C, and I'm not like a genius. I can't figure out how to like transpose that in my head, so I'm not gonna deal with it. So let's go somewhere where I know there's some one shots. Count now some one shots. Let's go one shot synths. Vibraphone. So let's do that. Oh, I know what we need. We need a bass. So let's see if we can grab. Let's see if we can grab a bass real quick. Let's load this vibraphone in first though before I forget about it. So let's slide this back over. Go into here. Now we have this, we can go into sequence, hit the keys and hit that sample, and then I can just close this out, right? I can go over here, open up another instance of Auv3, and then map this to my third instance of Auv3. I don't know why it puts the instances in this like weird order, like they're not in the right order, but whatever. This. Let's go back in this folder where we got the main sample from and find the key, because I don't remember what key we're in. So that was this beta pack, compositions. So we're in A sharp minor. So just checking to see if they have the MIDI. All right, A sharp minor. So cool thing about Auv3 is there's scale mode in here, so you can put on your scale highlighting if you don't know what you're doing like me. So let's go A sharp minor, A sharp minor. Cool. So then we got scale. Let's make this 4 bars to match up with the rest of the kit. All right, so let's just try to draw something in here. There's already something going on here. Yeah. Let's put this over here. Let's try to shift this whole thing up an octave. Whoa. Here again, I really don't like that that when you drag, it thinks you're trying to drag a note. I think it's just, I'm used to I'm used to that not being the thing. I'm used to when you hold and drag, you're selecting, not trying to like draw a note out like that. So it kind of throws me off. All right, let's try to shift this up and see if it sounds better. Yeah. All right, so let's turn that way down. There's our output. I kind of want to see what the output is for this. So what do we got? This Koala Sampler. And just go way down. Yeah, that's better. I think I'm gonna throw these both through. So I think I'm gonna make a reverb send. Instead of sending these both to the master, send them through a reverb send and then send that to the master. So let's make another channel. Mix bus. This doesn't go to R, so I can't use that for reverb. So use an E for echo, right? this is gonna go out to the master. And then I want this to have our reverb on it. So put this adverb again. I think I used Mr. Smooth, and I think I turned it down just a little bit. Okay. Actually, since we're using this as a send, we can turn this like all the way up. So this is another cool thing that you can do with AUM that I just figured out. I just figured out recently that you can do this. You can go to a bus send, and then where are we on bus E? Solo this so I can hear it. Oh, actually I need to solo both of these. And you can kind of control how much you're sending to this. Control how much you're sending to the reverb. So really you want your reverb to be like ridiculous, like 100% mix instead of like 20%. And then you control your you control how much you're giving to it with this bus send. So I'm doing this just so I can have the same reverb on all my melodic elements instead of trying to like recreate that same like setting on every channel. I'm just gonna send all the channels to this one reverb. So let's unsolo this. And then we're gonna get rid of this reverb, and we're gonna put a bus send here. And we're gonna send it to E. Actually, I kind of need to hear this one too. So in AUM, if you haven't used AUM before, if you slide over an app like this, it just disables it. So you can just slide over like any part you want, and it just kind of disables it without erasing what you did, basically. That's still kind of loud for me, so I'm gonna turn that down a little bit more. Just kind of want it to be like tucked away in the back. I think I might actually put some wider on this and just kind of spread it out. So I want this to be before the reverb send. Cool. All right. How long have we been going? We've been going for an hour. We've been going for an hour, so I think I'm at a pretty good point. This is my first stream, so hopefully it wasn't too terrible. My wife's the only one that saw it, so if anybody sees the replay and you see the live chat and there's nobody in there, just chill out. All right, chill out. Hopefully it was helpful. If anybody hasn't seen AUM or hasn't seen Koala, and you know some of the stuff you can do with Koala in AUM as a AUV3, hopefully it was helpful. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. It's late. I need to go to bed. Yeah, I'm out. I don't have a thing that I say when I leave, so I'm just gonna go.